Ai, koe ia rā ia, ko te iri, ko te urunga tū, ko te urunga pai, ko te urunga mā tike, ko te urunga mā ranga, e hika mā matike maranga, and welcome to the 2020 Bunnings Warehouse National Touch Championship. My name is Te Aorere Pēwhairangi, and joining me in the commentary box is none other than Maya. E hoa, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me here, bud. Second game today, looking forward to it. The last game of the round. Good one to finish off with.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Counties Manukau coming up against Te Tai Tokerau in this 30 men's team. E hoa, we had a bit of a brief chat before. Team or players to look out for?
Definitely the guns of yesteryear and still now, I guess, in terms of number 14 from Counties Manukau, Henry Dunn, and of course Bruce Kaki. I think Bruce Kaki is as well known as the Peter Walders of this world, as the Remus Gentles of this world. It'll be interesting to see how those two young 30-year-olds go.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's interesting to see Bruce Kake back in the Counties Manukau top. So we just have an issue with our graphic there. He's been recently gone back up to Te Tai Tokerau, so he's playing against his hometown and his home team today.
Yeah, Bruce has been up there the last few years. He seems to be doing a lot in terms of the development, particularly around the mixed, and from all reports he's doing a great job up there and really lifted the standard of touch, which was already really high to begin with up in the mighty Triple T.
And you coming from not only a coaching background but also a referee standpoint, got some pretty good refs out there today.
Yeah, it's a good crop of refs out in this game. George Haswell is the favourite referee of our Matthew Weaver. We've got Sonia Wirihana Tawake. She's actually from where I'm from in the Mighty Thames Valley, up in the Coromandel in particular. And then we've also got our Mr. Mana. He's the man too. First time I've seen him out on the main field. It'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Right, so no shortage of talent in the referee's box today. So we see Te Tai Tokerau in the sky blue. They'll be running from left to right. They'll start this first half with the ball. Counties Manukau in the black, red and white. So our hooter goes, and it's Te Tai Tokerau who are on the attack. Going just to this 33 plate. Look to come back to the middle here. Little finger pointing out there. Look to pull a point up. Yeah, good positive touch there by the Counties Manukau defence.
Yeah, good start from Counties Manukau. Doing exactly what they would have done. Strong D, get off their line. See the ball taken forward by number 5, Gavin Downs. Nice little check play. Down the sideline. Oh, nice chase there by our number 9 from the mighty Triple T, Shane Beasley.
Yeah, that's good from Counties Manukau. Just a bit of eyes up footy there. Looking to go down the sideline there, and an easy as that. Counties Manukau just walk over.
We're talking about one of those star players to look out for during this game, and Henry Dunn is that star. Just a nice little quickie play, pass back inside, easy follow, easy try.
As we will see this combination, Henry Dunn and Nathan in the number 10 jersey. Watch out for his quickie game as well.
Unfortunately, Thomas Wihongi, the number 11 there, just turned himself the wrong way and got caught.
So Te Tai Tokerau, one down at the moment. They'll look to get this one back, make their way up the field. It's good to see Tai Tokerau out in force at this competition. That's good playing to the referee.
Absolutely, listen to the ref. He's calling him play through. He tried to take the advantage. None was gained, so they went back for a penalty.
So Te Tai Tokerau with a repeat set here. They'll look to reset. Unfortunately, they're going to have to give the ball back. I'm not too sure what the call is there.
I think if I'm hearing right through the communication here, the referee has made him turn it over because the player tapped it instead of rolling it. However, I'm sure the referee awarded a penalty there for offside. So maybe I've got it wrong. I'd say that's the case because it normally is the case.
Right, so we see this county's Manukau side making their way up the field. Done back on now. And we see Bruce Kake stealing these extra little meters. They're known for this flary open yards. So we see this combination. Nice little quickie there with the long ball. 6 touch, handover to Tai Tokerau. Back on the attack here. They'll look to get a nice transition here. There's a good arm wrestle out there at the moment.
Yeah, not going to get blown away by the speed, but the skills are definitely still there. They're all very sharp players out there. Watching Henry and Bruce out there in the middle, just on that attacking set, reminded me of the back in the days in the 2006s to 9s where we had the NTS. You're probably too young to know what the NTS is, but that was the big mixed touch series that had 3 series over the course of the year, and that went for about 3 years, and those two were devastating during that competition.
I actually do remember that. I think my brother, he would have been about 16 at the time, playing for O30 alongside Lani Kaiwai and Sean Brown, and I was their water boy. I would have been about 10, 11 back then.
All right, no showing off about how young you are.
So we see Dunn back on the ball here, and it's another nice little quickie bounce there. I thought he would have been in there, but he looked for the long ball. I look to sharpen that up. Counties Manukau, but there's no shortage of opportunities for this Counties Manukau attack.
No, if Triple T let the Counties team on their line too often, then it's going to be a really hard game for them to win because they've just got so much attack, it's not funny.
Te Tai Tokerau back with the ball here, looking to make their first inroads in this one, and they will get a repeat set. That's a positive sign here for this county's for this Te Tai Tokerau side. Shane Beasley out there along with Thomas Wihongi, and they'll just reset here. We talked about the tempo of the game. It's not super speedy out there at the moment, but it's nice and composed. Tai Tokerau will come back to this 32 drop. There's a bit of miscommunication out there early on.
Great to see how many Te Tai Tokerau teams that are here at the Nationals. I know when I first started about 23 years ago, there was a number of them, and they seem to drop away. But over the last 5 years, and particularly in the youth grades, there's been a real resurgence, and they play to a really high standard. So it's great to have them back. They're such a key part of touch in this country.
Yeah, it's good to see our older provinces coming back. You yourself coaching Thames Valley Open Mixed.
Yeah, the Mighty Valley. We've got 2 teams here. I couldn't tell you the last time we had 2 teams at an Open Nationals, and it's fantastic to see. It's great to see kids from your province here showing their talents and showing everyone else what the Mighty Valley is made of.
And it's awesome to see these bigger players and bigger names, the likes of Bruce Kake, who has gone home to give back to the next generations. And we see a strong presence here from Te Tai Tokerau. And this 30s men's team look to make their way up the field. Touch 4 here, so they go to the scoop.
As the score says, only 1-0 to Counties Manukau. It's a real even battle here. Te Tai Tokerau doing a great job of getting out of their end and getting the ball over in the right areas of the field.
Sekatonu and a nice little dummy pass there with a cut play. They found a bit of success down that right-hand side with their yards, chewing up 10, 20 metres. And here's the danger man. He's back out there with this quickie play, and he goes the long ball to the short side. And that's a great try-stopping defence there.
Yeah, really good attack there from Henry Dunn. First 2 times he was out, he quickie threw it back to the dummy half. This time he's got the quickie and he's gone out the other side with the long ball.
So back here with their beautiful tricks in play. Love to see that one again. Thomas Shalford bouncing out, drawing his defender, then coming back in.
He seemed to like that one too, give it the big mighty T. I'm not sure if he pumped it 3 times to say triple T or if he was just saying touchdown. Thomas Shalford player, coach, and all-around good guy. He's an amazing man, that Thomas Shelford. He deserves every success he gets. He works really hard. He gives so much to the Counties Manukau touch. He's working with the under-16s, I'm pretty sure it is. Counties Manukau, the junior nationals this year, and he's done a great job there. His sons are following in his footsteps, and they're fantastic players as well.
So plenty of experience for him, and he knows he's on television. He chucks it out there, but it's the Tokerau at the moment who are hot on the attack. They go to this peel play, but the defence of this Counties Manukau side is up to it. There's no shortage of variation in the attack for this Te Tai Tokerau side, but a little bit too predictable.
Yeah, it's very different, the attack. You see Counties get down, they pull up, as Counties always have, and go into two-man static plays, and often quickie plays. I mean, if you're good at something, why do something else? They're the best at it. But Te Tai Tokerau, very different, try to flow into a lot more 32s, as that's obviously the strengths and skill sets they have.
So, Dunn back on the field now, working with Kake, and they go to that long ball, and he would have seen that early on in the game with that shutting D. He makes it look easy out there.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. What he done then was not about what he just saw then, but probably what he saw a couple of plays go while he was in the sub box. And that's what I really think is the class of the player, like the Henry Dunn and the Bruce Kake. It's not what's right in front of them all the time, but what they've seen previous and what they know to go to when they're back out there. And again, they're looking like they're in slow motion while everyone else is running around like with their heads cut off.
Tika tonu tērā. Usually players are in the sub box getting a bit of water down or gasping for air, but more experienced ones will be watching the defence just to see what they are presenting. And we see Te Tai Tokerau rewarded here with a penalty. So they'll get another attacking set on the line. They'll go to these low risk plays. And it's pretty easy. He dumped it 2 meters out from the try line, and you don't usually see that, and you wouldn't recommend that, but it's come off, Ehua.
Yeah, you think that was intentional, or you think that was just a great heads up play?
Yeah, I think I'm not too sure what to think, but it was a try.
3-1, Counties Manukau. Game on. Good to see Te Tai Tokerau into the game now.
Yeah, it's a good positive sign for them. As we see one of the danger men, Nathan, a prominent name in the Counties Manukau jersey, not only in this 30s men's grade, but also in the open men's. Mahia and wee Nathan. You see the sweet play. They come back to the open side, and they know that this winger is biting, so the right to left long ball is on.
Nice play. They showed the backdoor option with Bruce Kake going around the back, as we see here. Tommy, Bruce go around the back, faking. Henry comes, steps back, and he just holds it for that 1 second to see what decision the defensive winger was going to make. Turn shoulders in, pass the long ball, easy touchdown.
Yeah, and it's tough to defend. You see Bruce Kake, such a threat, running out the back door there. Then they come back the short side. Unfortunately, the winger was stuck in the mud. However, Te Tai Tokerau, they're back with it. Just under 9 minutes to play in this first half. They're definitely still in this one. They look to set up for their striking play. Ranui in there in the number 1 jersey. Working alongside Harris. And it's just a beautiful slow scoop hitting the drop line. The Tai Tokerau putting out some tricks in this one.
Yeah, Damien Cook there, run a beautiful line at the right speed for that slow scoop. Great catch. Winger couldn't come in and shut. Easy try. Here we see the setup. Perfect timing on the pass. Great channel. Nice try. Not much space. I know I wouldn't have fit through there, but he did.
Counties Manukau now back with the ball. That same combo still out there. Kake and Dunn. Also Shelford. He's someone to look out for. There's no shortage of attacking flair for this county's Manukau side. And look at that, Bruce Kake. I remember growing up, he was the man to watch. Just how he controlled the ball. His ball handling is superior. They go to this backdoor sweep on the link. Nothing comes of it for Counties Manukau. So good defensive set there for Te Tai Tokerau.
Really good defence there by Triple T. Counties come down the last 3 times and scored. They've held them out this time. Good start to their yards. See if they can finish with something here.
Tai Tokerau now waiting for a dummy half. The defence out wide by Counties Manukau. Making it quite clunky for this Te Tai Tokerau attack towards the back end of their sets because of their positive defence. Getting up and cutting that space down.
Seen Henry done there at half, dummy half. That probably was the first time he's seen that half of the field. I don't know if there's too many touches on his stat sheet, but why do you need to when you can just go down and dominate on the attack?
Yeah, absolutely. You see the skill and the experience. They know how to conserve energy. Nathan back on the ball here. Still looking in good nick. A lot of these counties, Manukau players, still.
Ooh, I think the number 11 there from Te Tai Tokerau was a little bit lucky. He probably had about a 5-metre head start, but unfortunately weren't able to hold them out. The one thing I want us to look for in this replay here, if it comes up, is look at the space that that winger doesn't have, yet he stays disciplined, stays in where he should be, holds his space, and in that tiny part of the corner, catches the ball and puts it down. That's really hard to do that. I know most people, when they feel their space is run out, they cut back, but he done a great job to hold that space there.
Yeah, and one thing for wingers, they have to be good finishers. You don't get too many opportunities, so you try to make the most of every opportunity you have out there. Tokerau back on the attack now. Come to this dingo play. Counties defence is up to it. Touch 5.
Good set of D there from Counties Manukau. Wouldn't be surprised if they get this check ball outside the winger. They've done it a couple of times and we're seeing a bit of sneaky run down the sideline. Doesn't come up there. Oh, there it is there. Be the 3rd time they've done it. Te Tai Tokerau, probably ever talk about that at half time.
Yeah, and some good body positioning there. They're looking in and then turning out to throw that last pass at the last minute. Stealing an extra 5 metres. So we have Kake and Dunn back out there. And it's the same play. Bruce Kake with the follows play, bounce out, and the flicking long ball. They're putting it all up. They're putting a show on out there.
I have to remind myself there's more than just Bruce and Henry out there. They're just so incredible to watch. As soon as they come on the attacking set, I'm just sitting there thinking, jeepers, what are they going to do this time? They're just incredible to talk. Nice positive touch there. A little bit too positive for Sonia, our referee's sake.
Yeah, and you see this Counties Manukau side changing it up a bit. They have Kake out on the link there, and Penne, he's going to have a crack here. And it's just an easy dummy, but the touch is called. So they'll just realign out here. Dewida is also involved. They'll look to go to the right-hand side, and it's just an easy thump split, right foot, and another try for Counties Manukau.
Nice set up again. Henry, the orchestrator of it. Normally he's the one getting the cookie. He gives it this time. Step back, under, saver not quite there, tight enough. Good try.
Good variation there in the attack. He didn't split back the way he came. He kept going the same way. Keeping that defensive line in 2 minds. And as you said, the saver was a bit slow, keeping in mind he is the person who made the touch and is cornering back. So nice variations in these 33 plays from this county's Manukau side. They look to go to this 32 loop with the late cut. It's good defence again from county's Manukau. Just over 2 minutes to play in this first half. Te Tai Tokerau will look to D out this set and hopefully get 1 or 2 more strikes at the line. They won't want to let any more tries in this first half. Well, we see the danger men back out there, Kake and Dunn. They go to a scoop. They go down that open side, but the defence is up to it. So Te Tai Tokerau, they'll ruck up the field here, hoping to get some fresh legs on. And a good transition in the orange zone. Yeah, nice little check there. They'll get some backdoors on. Hopefully get some good touches. Touch 3 there. They'll look to set for their last. Nice little pop over the top. So touch 4 here. Hopefully set a good platform for a scoop. Unfortunately, the pass wasn't on.
Te Tai Tokerau, they started probably first 5 minutes on the running 32s on their right side. They then went back to the dingo play where they had a bit of success, and we've just seen in the last 5 minutes they've gone back to running 32s on this right side. Maybe they'll have a chat at half time and go back to the area of success and running the dingo plays, the 33 peels in the middle of the field in the second half.
Counties Manukau with under a minute to play. Nathan back on the ball. Working together with Dunn here. He's rallying his troops. He wants a 33 play. And it's just an easy, quickie step back. But the defence of the number 14, Regan Hayes, was up to it. I'd like to see Counties Manukau come to some 32s or throw a bit of variation in the attack in the second half. They will get one more attacking set here.
I'm calling it here. It's going to be a long ball to the right winger, Aaron Tamonanui.
Okay, so you heard it here first there, Hoa. They go to these low percentage plays. Some people call them wasters. Coming to this 32 platform. Going to the blind side. And it's a nice little inside chopping play. Fortunately, the juggle didn't quite get that one. So that's the end of the first half. And some positive signs out there.
Yeah, this is a quality game. I looked down at the clock and it was 2 minutes 31 to go. And so, I mean, if I hadn't been looking at the clock, the game obviously captured my attention. I love seeing Bruce and Henry out there doing what they've done for so many years now, and it still looks like they're doing it as easy as they have. Scores 6-2 to Counties Manukau. Yet, during that middle stages of that first half, Te Tai Tokerau really fought back, and hopefully they go back to those areas there in the second half.
Kia ora rai hoa, and I didn't know we had a text line, but I have got a text come in from Open Men's winger, Razor Suter Finch, and he's asking Maya, they saw a lot of forward passes off the ruck at the Youth Trans-Tasman. Other New Zealand refs at this tournament also looking to call more of them?
The short answer is yes, but the long answer is the amount of forward passes seen by referees is generally determined by the experience and I guess more specifically the level of ability of the ref. And the reason I say that is sideline referees are coached to make sure that the winger and link of the defensive team are back 5 to give the attack the 5 metre space that they require and deserve. But with that, oftentimes the eyes can come off the ruck, and that's where most of the forward passes happen from. So the better the referee, the more experienced the referee, the more confident and comfortable in the processes the referee, they can do both jobs at once, where they can control that winger and link as well as have the eyes back to the ruck. So in short, yes, they are trying to pick up every forward pass, but in long, I think it more comes back to the quality and experience of the referee.
So there you go, Razor. You heard it here first from the man himself. And I've also been impressed with how the refs have officiated this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talk about how good Bruce is. He's also very good at ensuring that the feedback given to the referees is frequent and consistent. But I haven't heard too much come through the microphones down on field side. So obviously they must be doing a good job. We see end-to-end play, and I mean for the over-30s, that's not typically what happens. So that normally means that the referees have got nice big fives and they're well managed.
And we see both teams in their huddles. They both have a relaxed approach at the halftime.
Yeah, it looks like it to me, and I guess as you get older, which you'll find out when you actually get older, is that you don't stress the small stuff as you get older. And yes, while you want to win, and they're probably more competitive than they've ever been, they also realise that it's just a game too. So they got each other's backs. They give the feedback that needs to happen to make them better for the second half. And I wouldn't say they sprint out to get ready, but they walk out to get ready for the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And the older you get, the more you understand your limitations and your body. Keeping in mind, this is day 2 of a 3-day event. 77 teams across 12 grades playing 272 games. So there's a lot of touch on. And we see the second half here of this 30s men's team. Counties Manukau, they're hot on the attack. They'll just pull up here, look to reset their line. The danger man again, Henry Dunn, he'll go for the quickie, making it look easy once again.
That's his stock standard. I think he's got a pattern out on doing that. Again, going back to the NTS and all those years in the open men's, he is just unbelievable at doing that. No one's better. Quickie, outside, everyone knows what he's going to do, and yet you still can't stop him. And I think that's real quality there.
Yeah, very few have perfected the art of the quickie, but these Counties Manukau men, you see they plant the ball, they don't split to the side or split backwards, but they're actually moving forward off the quickie, which is cutting down that space and time for the defender to get back on side. So we see Te Tai Tokerau, they're back out there now. They look to run this dingo play. Some good defence there by Counties Manukau.
Yeah, nice strong positive touch there by Tommy Shelford. As Counties get off their line, transition into their yards. Good strong roll ball there by Gavin Downs, checks in field. That's 3. Some good touching there by Te Tai Tokerau. They haven't been able to get the flow they would want to. Henry Dunn back on, orchestrating this attack.
Yeah, nice platform there by Davis, who's in the middle there. Bit of a show and go by Dunn, but quickly stopped by Jimmy Deeding up. So it's a nice play out there for this Te Tai Tokerau team. They're looking to throw the ball around. They have nothing to lose. Just under 18 minutes to go in this one. Throwing the ball around. I doubt they'll get some fresh legs out there. Look to go to an attacking play. Number 6, he's done a lot of mahi out there, Dixie Harris.
That's a good set drive there from Te Tai Tokerau.
There's a nice run there. Couldn't find the mate, but he is rewarded. Can you walk us through that call there?
The referee seeing one of the Counties players holding one of the Te Tai Tokerau players off the ball, therefore disadvantaging the Te Tai Tokerau team from being able to find his mate. So we've got another penalty there. Fresh 6 on the line.
Coming to this 21 play. I look to just drag this Counties Manukau defence out. Coming back down the short side, and they're breaking the line once again. And Te Tai Tokerau hit back in the second half.
I don't think there was a spare blade of grass between the ball and the dead ball line there, but I'm sure we'll see in the replay just how close that was.
Yes, yeah, so
drive 16 probably normally shuts. I'd say that's Counties policy. Didn't shut. Scooper got through, and there we see. Maybe the referee seen it when the ball rolled back.
So Te Tai Tokerau hit back. Counties Manukau now back out there.
Gavin Downs, the leader on this pod. Calls in Tommy. Bit of a dingo play. Comes short side, throws long. Caught the Te Tai Tokerau winger watching. Good line by the Counties winger Gary Christie. An easy try. That's a smart play there, simple. Set up the dingo. Went short side this time. They'll be going open side most of the times. Gavin Downs peels in and just caught that winger napping. Good try.
Yeah, nice play there by Counties Manukau. And finding success in those 33 plays, the quickies and the dingoes. So they're going back to it. We see Te Tai Tokerau now back on the attack.
Seems to be a little bit more movement in this set from Te Tai Tokerau. Looks like they're going to run a 33 play of their own. Good chase out by Aaron Tuanui, but even better pass, better catch and better put down by the Te Tai Tokerau winger. Nice try, good hit back.
And he knows he's on television, so he does that big flick back to halfway as we watch this one again. It looked like nothing was on. And he just waited for the defence to bite. Threw a beautiful left to right there and a nice finish by the winger.
Fraser Watani. What was your specialty after scoring a touchdown?
Just the back flick. Just the back flick out to the halfway, and then I'd usually sub off.
Did you ever do a backflip and you accidentally hit one of your teammates who was running back to sub off?
I feel like you're going to follow that up with a story. So we see this Counties Manukau side. Yeah, no, I did always make sure that no one was behind me before the flick. So we watch this replay. It's a nice little play here, left to right thrown by Bruce Kake. The opportunity was there, unfortunately. Just the pass not sticking.
Sometimes when it's too easy to score, it's actually the hardest time. You've got too much time to think as you wait for that ball to get to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're thinking about the slam dunk dive you're going to do and the back flick out to halfway, and then before you know, you've dropped the ball. Well, we see positive attack here by Te Tai Tokerau. That's the final touch there. Ref has called a dummy half, so it's a handover. Nathan just showing some maturity and experience there, just to get his line set. He knows they're up by a few now. Counties Manukau make their way up the field.
Gavin Downs setting things up again. Easy numbers. I thought that was the fifth touch, but can't count.
It's another nice play there. Jeremy Dewida, we've mentioned him a couple times. He hasn't had too many opportunities on the ball, but every time he touches it, he's looking dangerous.
That's the depth of this Counties team. I mean, Henry Dunn and Bruce Kake have taken the lion's share of the attack, but then when they're not on, you've got Gavin Downs coming on, orchestrating things, and then we see Jeremy get a beautiful try that last set.
So Te Tai Tokerau now, they're back at halfway. As we see the Tigers making a comeback. So, Te Tai Tokerau, they'll make their way up the field. There's some nice yards there. Dixie Harris, he seems to be the go-to orchestrator for this Te Tai Tokerau attack. He'll be bowed back in. He sets a nice platform and they'll go to this backdoor play, and it's another probing run. Beautiful little out ball. Another try for Te Tai Tokerau.
Yeah, could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure Thomas Wihongi has set up probably their last three tries off similar type W, scooping through, picking the right space, picking the right option, good pass, good catch, nice touchdown there by Te Tai Tokerau.
Yeah, Te Tai Tokerau starting to put some combos together, and they are narrowing this gap. Counties Manukau do lead by 4 points, but we have just over 11 minutes to play, which is plenty of time for this Te Tai Tokerau team to come back. Counties, danger man, back out there, Bruce Kake. Sends it to the open side. See that, setting up for a play here. Just trying to draw the Te Tai Tokerau defence out. They go back to that blind side and it's another cheeky little winger play.
I'm sure they've stolen that off the Wairere boys, or in particular Mr. Graham, because I remember refereeing a World Cup where I seen him make that pass to Michael Kavanagh a few times, where that winger just hides in behind their defensive winger. They don't even see them coming. They almost come on a flat line towards the ball. And as the ball's being passed, the defensive winger's looking right as the attacking winger goes past him on his left.
Yeah, you do. As a winger, a defensive winger, you do look in to see what the defence is doing, and sometimes you do forget that you have to man your own person out there, out wide, and sometimes they do catch you off guard and sneak in. A nice chopping line, and absolutely, that is a Mr. Graham, Michael Kavanagh special. So we see Te Tai Tokerau back on the attack now, just under 10 minutes to play. They do come back down to the short side, and they're finding a lot of success just off the scoop plays.
Yeah, and in particular Thomas Wigan, he's doing a great job with that scoop, and also Wiremu Ranui. He seems to be one of their main attackers as well.
Counties Manukau, good transition here. They'll just look to control this ball in these last 10 minutes.
I don't know if it's a set play from Counties Manukau or whether they've just done their research, but they seem to use that little look inside, check outside, wing around the outside of the defence a few times. First time in the second half, they worked quite successfully for them in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely, and seems to be an extra option in their yards. You do have 2 or 3 options off the same pattern as we see Henry done once again. He's making it look easy out there.
Yeah, just another easy quickie play. The touching defender didn't know whether he's pulling his corner or not. Therefore, there was no connection between his players in and outside him, and another easy try for Henry. The hard thing is Henry could do that in the open men's grade today if he wanted to too. So it wasn't really that bad by the defender. It's just Henry's that good.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not only him out there, but even Nathan and Kake and a few others as well could easily just slot into that open men's grade. But they have decided to play in this 30s, as we see. Te Tai Tokerau look to run that same play themselves.
I tend to find Bruce Kake's that player. He's sort of like, you don't want to poke the bear, otherwise you're going to get your hand bit. And I was watching a game earlier yesterday, and he's playing and he's smiling away, and then someone shoved him. And that was probably the worst thing they could ever do. That smile then left his face, and then he proceeded to put about 3 touchdowns on them in the next 3 sets. So I learned from that, keep him happy, and you probably got a chance. You don't, then you're over.
Yeah, he is one of those players that is just crazy dangerous out there.
Bit unlucky there, the county's number 10. That 5 might have been about a 3.5, so got caught dummy half and ended up being a touch and pass.
So, lucky out there, Te Tai Tokerau, who now transition from their defence into attack. And we see a lot more, another positive touch there from this county's Manukau defence. Te Tai Tokerau look to shift the ball. They set up for this 5, and it's a nice chopping play. Just unfortunately, the Hail Mary didn't stick. Was that last pass?
Not quite sticking, but I think the attack in the second half by Te Tai Tokerau is much more fluent, a lot more momentum in it. Seems to be a lot more direct and with more purpose. And so, yeah, they can be really happy with how they've gone in the second half, even though the scoreline doesn't suggest that they are probably going to win this one.
Yeah, and I think that comes down to what they're doing off the ball. They're running nice lines before they're even catching the ball. Some nice little chops there, as we see Counties Manukau look to attack. Some good
little chip and chase, unfortunately. Can't chip and chase in this sport.
Yeah, Te Tai Tokerau would like to add those extra little tricks in there. Another thing they'll probably want is last try wins.
Coming from the Thames Valley, there's been a few seasons where we've hoped that that was the rule as well. Not any longer.
Yeah, we are not. We'll get back to the action here. Counties Manukau. Good defence there. Identifying a little tricky plays with the 32 cookie there.
Much better defence from Te Tai Tokerau, staying much more connected, tighter, closing the channels there for the counties attackers. Let's see if they can do it here again. Easy try there, set up by Thomas Shelford. Thomas, that seems weird calling him Thomas. I've called him Tommy all the years I've known him for. I guess after that I just call him the man.
Yeah, absolutely. Showing a bit of class out there. So, just over 5 minutes to play. Te Tai Tokerau have shown glimpses in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the attack's been much better. Just maybe their defence is a little bit disjointed. That touching middle, not making a decision, that's making it easy for his in and outside player. But they're still going hard, and that's the thing I'm really enjoying about this game. Neither team is throwing the towel in, they're still going hard, giving it to each other.
Te Tai Tokerau look to set this 32 platform. And it's another variation off of that. Just coming hard down the lane with a nice dive.
Thomas Wihongi has really taken the second half by the scruff of the neck. I didn't notice him so much in the first half, but he's been very dominant for Te Tai Tokerau in the second half. And commentators curse. Sorry about that, Thomas. I promise I won't do it again.
So we see Counties Manukau look to come back down the field. And this is the style of yards pattern that they've run in all grades for many years now. Just nice little flow and a lot of bows and tip-ons. Sorry, I'd like to apologise. Commentators curse for myself. But they like to run a free-flowing game and a free-flowing yard set.
Yeah, totally. I think there's a lot of teams who play with so much structure. It maybe is what they have to, but Counties Manukau, definitely they still play with structure, but they also play eyes up touch. They play what's in front of them. Unlucky there from Te Tai Tokerau. Looks like another promising set. Good defence from Counties Manukau. Henry Dunn looking to get the yards going. It's a good yard there. On comes Bruce and Gavin.
So we see Counties Manukau, Kake. I like the look of Te Uira as well in the second half. I'd like to apologise to Jeremy Te Uira. It's rife at the moment. The commentators curse.
We might need to commentate with no numbers or no first names.
Yeah,
in this
absolutely.
2 minutes for you. Te Tai Tokerau, spread the ball wide. Foot race.
Bit of speed out wide there.
Derek Blank always had him covered.
So Te Tai Tokerau look to get a consolation try here in the second half.
Thomas Wihongi there, really dominating proceedings on this end of the field for Te Tai Tokerau. Unfortunately, he just got caught dummy half. Good defence here by Gavin Downs. Jeremy takes it forward. Downs off to Shelford. Unfortunately, just not quite the connection there with Kake.
Yeah, I think Bruce Kake was already saw his water bottle. He was out of there. Unfortunately, they did throw a pass to him, which he wasn't expecting, but Tai Tokerau welcome back into their green zone, and they will look to attack. Yeah, cheeky little foot in there. May as well throw it out there.
Absolutely. If you're beaten, you're beaten. Ranui and Wihongi, let's see what they can come up with in this set. Looks like they're running into a 32 goal. Goes short side. Unfortunate, Wihongi got caught at dummy half again. I think we've been quite complimentary of the Counties Manukau attack, but I think their defence has actually been probably the stronger of the two ends of the field. Only let 5 tries in, and Te Tai Tokerau have a lot of, there's that checking yards pattern, as you call it.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are no slouches on the fence either. And they have a wealth of experience in both ends of the field. As we see, Henry Dunn again.
Oh, does he go the whole way? Webb's obviously a little bit tired from all the attack he's been setting up. Being humble, didn't want to score that try, wanted to wait for one of his mates to give him the glory.
Kuia. So we see in this last 30 seconds, it will be Te Tai Tokerau ball. We'll know. They have one last set, one last crack at the defence here. Nice little check off there. They will plant this ball on the 5. And it's a good touch.
End of the game, last play. Bit of magic. Unfortunately, newest number 12-5, Counties Manukau, dominant performance there.
Alright, Koia. So, Counties Manukau come away with the win in this 30s men's grade over Te Tai Tokerau, and that concludes day 2 of the 2020 Bunnings Warehouse National Touch Championship. Join us tomorrow at 11:40 for our finals day. Ngā mihi e hoa ma.